and I don't say this to be hypercritical of Joy Taylor. I don't have harsh opinions of Joy Taylor. She's not someone that I didn't get along with. I basically, for the most part, just kept my distance from Joy Taylor. And I kept my distance not because I didn't like her, it's just because I knew myself. I know myself. I know what I'm capable of. And that big rack of hers that she showed off constantly, it's just, and that peanut butter skin with that big.
Yo, this guy, Jason Whitlock, is hilarious, man. Welcome back to Young, Black, and Wealthy. And we just going to react to his video. He was at Fox Sports for years, and he knows Joy Taylor. He knows some of the people there, so he's basically just going to go over some of the comings and goings, some of the hearsay while he was there, and why he happened to stay away from Joy Taylor and some of the other women there. Is actually quite entertaining, so y'all hang in here and check this out. And while you're in here, before we go any further, go ahead and give us a like. Helps us to get our content out to more people, and also helps us to continue to grow our community. Let's get it.
Right. Like, Jay, keep your distance. That's going to get you into trouble. And so that's what I did. I kept my distance.
Smart man.
Because when you put some woman in a job, talking sports with a bunch of men, it's a job she's not qualified for. She's talking sports with professional athletes, people that did it at the highest level. She's talking sports with me or Colin Cowherd or other people that have like really studied sports at a super high level. What does she have to offer other than her sex appeal? And so should we be surprised that she leaned into that?
No.
No, we should. They put her in that position where it's the only thing she had to offer, and so she offered it up and got what she wanted. Let's think this through. As if you go into the lawsuit and the things that Nusheen says and the way she says things played out, Joy Taylor was some sort of fill-in talk show host down in Miami who, people in Miami kind of knew who she was. I think she may have had some association with Dan Le Batard or whatever, but she hadn't taken Miami by storm as a radio talk show host. She was a little extra, attractive girl, Jason Taylor's sister. Hey, let's put her on radio, but she hadn't really done anything. But somehow she's qualified to be the host of Undisputed, a debate show between Skip Bayless, who, like him or not, was an accomplished sports journalist for a time, and a Hall of Fame football player in Shannon Sharpe. Shannon Sharpe reached the top of the sports industry. Skip Bayless reached the top of the sports media industry. And Joy Taylor had done some radio work down in Miami.
Let's stop it there. That has been the buzz on the internet for some years now. Like, she just came out of nowhere. How does she just go from being pretty much a stand-in, fill-in, or somebody that doesn't really have a real name in Florida to just all of a sudden she ends up on Fox Sports? And so now that this lawsuit has come out, it's kind of painting a picture of how that actually happened. Because in the lawsuit, it's basically saying that she was around there doing dinos, if y'all know what that means. So she was basically doing what people had thought in the first place, and that was sleeping her way to the top. And so now this is all alleged. I'm not saying that, I believe that that's what's true. I just don't know. Obviously, none of us know. It's all kind of like we have to let it play out. But that has been the buzz. Like, where's she come from? Is she really qualified for this job? Because these guys have played sports. Many of them have been in sports for a long time, been in sportscasts. They had to work their way to the top over many, many years. Some of these guys have been in the game for 20 plus years, and she just comes out of nowhere. So let's continue.
What does she have to offer? So How does she get that job? How does she even get that opportunity? Because she's got a big pair of cans, and she's, according to Sheen, she's willing to let people enjoy those big cans of hers. That's how we got here. And it's not Joy Taylor's fault. And I want to go through and just, I'm trying not to disparage Joy Taylor, but the facts are the facts. I can remember I'm at Fox Sports at the time, and I ran into some friction because I didn't want a woman on a show that I was doing at Fox Sports. And so this is in 2015, 16, at the very beginning. And I can remember they brought Joy Taylor in for a test on the show that I was doing. Yeah, this is at the time when I was going to be initially doing my own show, and Cowherd was doing something else. And just keeping it all the way real, Charlie Dixon wanted her to be involved with my show. And so we brought her in for a test. And I didn't think the test went well. And I let everybody know, hey, I don't think this test went well. I don't want, this isn't the direction I wanted to go. I was trying to play nice and trying to meet them halfway in terms of okay, you guys are insisting on a woman being on this show because that's what everybody wants. And I was like, well, you need to bring a grown-ass woman on the show if it's going to be with me. It can't.
By the way, though, for those of you guys that don't know Jason Whitlock, for the many of us who kind of like do social media, we know him. He's like a old school, bullheaded, staunch conservative, doing things the old school way. So when you hear him talk like this is really the type of guy he is. I mean, and in his mind, he doesn't really want to be doing sports with a woman at all, which I don't really know if I agree with that or if I do. I mean, I grew up in a time where it was basically male sportscasters. We might have had one female sports person on the sideline sometime, but obviously we live in this new time where they'll bring anybody in for the sake of diversity. But at the end of the day, I'm fine with them bringing someone in as long as they're actually qualified. And so it seems to me like he didn't want a woman, period. But he's like, if you're going to bring me a woman, bring me somebody that actually has experience in this. We're not going off looks, and we already know that's what the network was going after. They were going after sex appeal, this new look, this diversity, equity, inclusion type of thing. So that's what that was their idea when they were setting this thing up and trying to bring her on to these shows.
At this time, this is 10 years ago, Joy Taylor's probably 25, 26 years old. You're talking about, I mean, I got a lot of discipline, but 25-year-old with them big cans and that peanut butter skin who has nothing to say, at some point I'm going to lose respect. And I'm like, well, the only thing she's got to offer is them big cans and that peanut butter skin. So if I got to put up with this, I might as well enjoy them big cans. And so I said, no, I don't want to put myself in that position.
That just goes to show you how these media executives think. Like, they really don't really give a fuck about they only care about ratings. And so they don't care what means that to achieve that goal they have to go to. It doesn't make a difference. Whether it's getting somebody that's actually experienced or just putting somebody that's just fine as hell next to some experienced people to help to bring the ratings. And obviously you can see the way he talks about her and many other men that she's actually a beautiful woman. So that just goes to show you, that just gives you a picture into how these people actually think.
Give her the job.
And not only that, how they actually use black women to achieve their goals. Use them.
I'm going to continue because I want to be crystal clear here. I like Charlie Dixon, the executive that allegedly was sleeping with Joy Taylor, and that's how she got her position, according to Sheen in this lawsuit. Just in the interest of transparency and just me keeping it real, when I was at Fox Sports, everybody, I don't know if this is factual, but I know what everybody thought. Everybody, these stories that Sheen's talking about in this lawsuit, they were widespread and prevalent in 2016. Everybody across Fox Sports thought and gossiped about Joy Taylor and Charlie Dixon. Again, I heard the same talk as everyone else. My name was Bennett. I wasn't in it. But I do know that the women, and I'm going to leave a name out of this. I'm going to leave names out of this. But what's alleged in this lawsuit about Joy Taylor and her sleeping with Charlie Dixon and her telling Sheen and others that she will control Charlie Dixon and that she will say that he sexually harassed her if he ever gets out of line, that was a common play.
Wow.
That was a common tactic by women in sports media. What Joy Taylor was, she's more transparent in talking about it than perhaps she should have been, but that was a very common practice. I had a very attractive, big-breasted woman that wanted to work at Fox Sports and wanted to, another one, I'm not talking about Christine, but another one that wanted to be on Speak for Yourself. And she would ask me out to dinner about once a month and just let me know that in subtle and not so subtle ways, hey, you put me on Speak for Yourself, and these jugs and me could be your little plaything. And I value my independence. I value my ability to say what I think. I didn't want to give anybody leverage over me. And this, I've told you guys previous stories about executives asking me, hey, who on the network would you most like to sleep with? And my thoughts always were, particularly at that time out in Los Angeles, when I was out there from 2010 to 2020, I'm just like, I'm on TV, I make enough money, and there's enough women out here just giving it away. Attractive women, just giving it away.
For sure.
I don't need to be doing anything here on the job that could potentially undermine me.
Let's stop it right there, y'all. So, listen, first of all, Jason Whitlock is smart here because we ain't mixing the business and the pleasure. The man obviously probably making hundreds of thousands or millions of dollars there. I'm not about to mess that up, you know what I'm saying, for a lady with some nice jugs. Just not about to do that, especially when I've made the money, I have the career, I can go outside of here and date and do my thing. I don't want anybody at the Fox Sports Network to be able to have leverage over me because I'm sleeping with somebody and then they come to me and they want a favor and I don't want to do it for them, so they want to hold that over my head. A lot of men get in trouble like that, thinking with their other head. And so we ain't mixing. We not messing up none of our money. We ain't messing up the business for no woman, bro, period. You gotta be smarter than that. But that's crazy though, that they actually have a culture like that. Not surprising, but it's crazy because these people try to act like they're better than everybody else, but they just like everybody else. They got this culture there to where women were trying to sleep with men for favors and to move up, move up the ladder, move up the corporate ladder, move up the Fox Sport Network corporate ladder. And obviously it worked for Joy Taylor. And this lawsuit here spells out how it happened. And so, and it also demonstrated that they have a culture of people sleeping with one another for favor, basically. And so I hope y'all enjoyed this video. Y'all comment below and let me know what y'all think. If you want to support our channel, the greatest way that you can support our channel is by liking, commenting, and sharing with other people. If you're not a part of our family, the Young Black and Wealthy family, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and join the family. Love y'all. See y'all in the next video. Don't forget to get a family a hug for me.